Bloody on that, man, still putting that work, ay. Yeah, I know my worth, ay. I ain't looking back now, I ain't trying to revert. Still staying on the earth, ay. New man rebirth. They trying to scheme on me, trying to plot on me, hoping that it's gonna work. Got my eyes on the prize, You gotta be wise, Satan rolling around, different disguise, Spiritual eyes, none of that see. I ain't surprised at all. Wolf in sheep clothing. We got spies, we got some rats, and I'm blessed, dog. Y'all don't get me stressing on these obstacles. Watch how I finesse, dog. Blessed, dog. Y'all don't get me stressing through these obstacles. Watch how I finesse,
What's real? What ain't? I've been gone, yeah. I'm in. Now what's real? What ain't? I've been good, and I ain't complaining. What's real? What ain't? I've been gone, now I'm here. Now what's real? What ain't? I've been good, can't complain.
We had some me and you time alone, and I just wanna go out on a date. It's been a pandemic. I'm tired of this COVID. Get my vaccine and you know it. You're all I need. I'ma call a babysitter. Get some reservations, we gon' get some dinner. Doesn't matter, I just wanna be with you, and I wanna take this mask off.
At 6, baby. Conversation like the first date. They say practice social distance, but it's making us distant. So sick of this mask, I wanna throw it away. Baby, I just wanna chill with you, and I just want to love you. I don't wanna overthink, baby. And baby, I just want to see you smile like we used to. I just wanna take this mask off. Mask off. Day, night. I just wanna have a good time.
vibes in the area. Well, man, I fight from the start. I mean, no carry grudge in the heart. Hatred make you turn for your people. Wise up, I feel be smart. DJ, turn up the vibes from the start. Ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart. Everybody feel right, right. Good vibes in the place all night. Cause we don't carry grudge, we people. We not have time for your study, no evil. Don't make them catch you with the bad energy. Smiling on your face, but me I tell them my enemy. How many times you try to cure them? I fi cut them out, that they only remedy. Everybody go through things. We not perfect, so we not do the blame game thing. Know this trial's gonna come one day. I fi endure, adapt me and sing. Any function must clean, then step out, peel out, jump in a car, tire screech out, GPS it off, it put in the route, dream team touch the scene, everybody scream out. Wait up, turn up the vibes from the start, ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart, we no carry grudge in the heart. DJ, turn up the vibes from the start, ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart.
Energy them not real, them a fake. Cut the grass low so we get to see this snake them. Pass the cutlass, give me the rape. And a long time I not tell us that the whole of them a fake. Them can't hold me down, cause it's a party night. Good vibes in the air, tonight me feeling right. But about not hypocrite, but about not parasite. Them not show themselves for day, but them come out tonight. Them a vampire, I run from the light. Them just remember every day, them spirit not right. Them a combine evil, too much idle time. But whatsoever in the dark, if it come in a light.
Turn up the lights from the start. Ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart. DJ, turn up the lights from the start. Ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart.
But them no really smiling at me face, me realize. Just give me the strength to me see them by me spiritualize. Still I enduring at this struggle when the pressure rise. Man I be hustle in at the giddy and be stay alive. No sweat and tears, endure self-sacrifice. Still not give up, cause my mind rest on a price. That just give me strength for you overcome my enemies. Them full of hatred, them full of jealousy. Man close to the thing, we no fake, we no counterfeit. I know for them what they know them full of shit. Be perfect, Israel never quit. Have to be purged in the fire, so me tell you this. Man close to the thing, we no fake, we no counterfeit. I know for them what they know them full of shit. Be perfect, Israel never quit. Have to be purged in the fire, so me tell you this.
Turn up the vibes from the start. Ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart. DJ, turn up the vibes from the start. Ring tune, pull it up, celebrate cause we no carry grudge in the heart. We no carry grudge in the heart.
It's a feast. On the dance floor, I'ma be a beast. Get up out of your seats. The Most High called in the sheep. Rejoicing. It's a feast. On the dance floor, I'ma be a beast. Get up out of your seats. The Most High called in the sheep. Rejoicing. Oh yeah. 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 Rejoicing. Oh yeah.
We can move to the left now. Take it back to the right, right. We can do it all night now. We can do it all night, night. We can move to the left now. Take it back to the right, right. We can do it all night now. We can do it all
to the sun up. Feast days coming, we gon' keep it going till the next one come up. Tell them not to run up. The Most High God is keeping more than 100 big time, and he ain't baby buddy number one.
I can't wait till the feast. Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah, I need a release from the street revolving door. So when they drop the beat, yeah, I'ma move my feet. Yeah, yeah, I'ma do my dance. Yeah. Yeah, you see my friends, yes, I've been.
Men of Israel, blow trumpets. Trumpets down.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, and deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
All praises. Father, please, we ask you to watch over the bishops, the deacons, the captains, the officers, the soldiers, all who are in the congregation fighting to keep your truth, Father. We ask you to watch over the brothers who are overseas teaching in foreign lands, putting your word out there, Father. With that, we say, Amen. Men of Israel, sons of God, patient saints, sons of God, hand salute. Salute down. Face sisters. To the honorable daughter Sarah, we say shalom. Hey, we on? All right, all right. Y'all got it different in here now. I can't see myself, so I don't know what the hell's going on. All right, all praise to the Most High. Most High in Christ bless y'all. Happy Sabbath, Israel. All right. You know what I mean? It's been a good little while. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be like Jay-Z. Allow me to reintroduce myself. You know what I mean? All right. So I'm Captain Zakai here at headquarters. The name of the class today is called The Robber Barons. Woe to the Robber Barons. And maybe who here ever heard of that term? Any of y'all never heard of that term? See, it's not really black. That's not really a black thing. You know what I mean? Hey, Officer Elio, bring up that term, robber barons. It's an actual term. It's an actual term. I heard about this term a long time ago. It always stuck in my head. It's not up there. You gotta pull it up. Yo, these IT guys want everything easy, bro. They got a new system now. They just want, oh no, he should have brought it up earlier. Come on, bro. Let's go. All right, read that. Can you see that, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, robber baron. A person who has become rich through ruthless and unscrupulous business practices.
You see that? A person who has become rich through ruthless and unscrupulous business practices. All right? Y'all all right over there? All right. Read on.
Originally, with reference to prominent U.S. businessmen in the late 19th century.
You see that? Originally, that term was used for the prominent U.S. businessmen in the late 19th century, right? Because that was what? The time of the so-called Industrial Revolution. Esau was blowing up, and they started doing what? After they took all the land and did everything, now all of those practices come into play, all right? When y'all hearing about all of these, if y'all go to banks and y'all have like somebody may sit you down and say, oh, can I put your money in a money marketing fund and all of that? They call that what? A financial product, right? But where do they get things like this from? This is what they create out of their mind. So this is part of these unscrupulous business practices, all right? I mean, we're going deep with it. I mean, it goes deep, but this is what robber baron is, all right? So let's touch up some scriptures, man, all right? Give me Exodus 20 and 15. Y'all know the scripture. This is basic. It's basic. So now that we talking about the robber barons, we talking about Esau. I'm going into that for a number of things. All right? Come on.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 15. Thou shalt not steal.
Okay, thou shalt not steal. Let me ask a question right now. All right? Okay, everybody got their head down. You see this? Yo. Now everybody, I said, let me ask a question. Everybody all of a sudden, y'all know how to read the Bible. Y'all ain't been reading the Bible. All right, my brother right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's your name, bro? Tell me your name.
Obed.
What's your Obed? Mm-hmm. Okay, all praises. Now, Exodus 20 and 15 says what? Read that again.
Exodus 20 and 15. Thou shalt not steal.
Who was this law given to?
The Israelites.
Right. So, does this law apply to everybody?
No.
It doesn't. Why you say that?
Because Esau was not given the blessing.
What you mean he wasn't given the blessings?
It was only given to Israel.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So all the laws were given to Israel, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the law of stealing, this doesn't apply to anybody else except the Israelites?
Only the Israelites.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. My brother right here. What do you think?
I disagree.
You disagree. Tell me why.
My name
What's your
is
name?
Gene Judah.
Gene Judah. Talk to me.
I disagree because I know when Christ come back, he's going to teach all nations to keep all the laws, commandments, and statutes.
All right, what about right now?
And even right now.
Okay, so right now, thou shalt not steal goes for everybody.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's right. All right, thou shalt not steal goes for everybody. All right? Especially you Israelites, of course. All right, but we're going to get into it, how we know that for sure. All right? That's not the premise of the class. I'm just bringing that up. All right? So let's go to Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2. All right. You know what? Let's take it from verse 1. We're going to read now.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come on.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Right. So this is Habakkuk. He's saying, I will stand upon my watch. I will wait to see what he shall say. What? The Lord. Come on.
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
So the scripture said, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. What does that mean? Because y'all are involved in this class. Y'all might not have known that, but y'all involved today. What does that mean? Write it upon tables. Anybody got me? It's all right if y'all ain't got me. I'm going to start picking people. All right, let's get that. Give me Amos 8. Amos 8 and 12. Go there. I think that's what I want. Yeah, I like that. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 8 and verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it.
Right. So I didn't finish that, though. Go, stop right there. I'm sorry about that, bro. Go back to Habakkuk. All right? Because tables is a little different, but I want to, let's finish out the thought in verse 2, then we could apply that. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Habakkuk 2 and verse 2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
Right. So after what we just read, what does that mean? What do we read here in verse 2? What does that actually mean? Shamgar. What does that mean? Verse 2. Hold on a second. Nope.
No.
What am I holding for? Nope. I don't want Amos 2. I said Habakkuk. Nah, I don't want Shamgar. Give up the mic. Give it to my brother right behind you, right there in the green from Brooklyn. You. What's your name again, bro?
Brother Regis.
Regis, right?
Yes,
okay. Most High Christ bless you, bro. Happy Sabbath. All right. So when it says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Based on what we read in Amos. Read Amos again. Remember, y'all, we're going precept upon precept. Y'all must understand. Y'all have to understand. That's how you get understanding these scriptures. Y'all understand that? I'll just use that word like 3-4 times. Go ahead.
Amos chapter 8 and verse 12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord.
They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, right? So now, I'm in Habakkuk. It says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. That's the mic.
Shalom, Captain.
Shalom.
I'm Micah.
Micah. How you
the table is the word of God.
Okay, good. What does the rest of that mean? You did good, though. Table is the word of God, that he may run that readeth it.
You may one that means understand. The one that reads the word.
We'll take that. We'll take that. All right, we good. Because I didn't want to kill y'all on that. I don't want to kill y'all on that. Let's move on. Verse 3. Good.
Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry.
Right. So the vision is for an appointed time, meaning what Habakkuk is writing is not at that particular point in time, but it is coming. It says, wait. Come on.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
So behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Read on.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Right. Go back to the top. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine. What does that mean? Shambo. Y'all pay attention.
That means Esau spreads his philosophies, his lies and everything, and poisons the mind of the poor, which is Israel.
All right. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine. What is that? It says he transgressed by wine. What does that mean? By wine. You mentioned something about some lies or something.
Yeah.
How you prove that?
Christianity, for one.
No.
He uses Christianity to.
No. We listen. Yeah, that may be true, but how are you proving that to the people? We need a scripture. Who gonna help me in here? Y'all looking real new up in here. Hey, give me that in Micah.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 11.
Come on.
If a man walking in the spirit and falsehood do lie, saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink.
Y'all heard that? Read that again, because I don't know if they all there.
Micah 2 and verse 11.
Come on.
If a man walking in the spirit of falsehood do lie, saying.
Stop. If a man walking by the spirit of falsehood do lie, come on.
Saying, I will prophesy unto thee of wine and of strong drink.
Come on.
He shall even be the prophet of this people.
All right. See, that's what you talk about when it says by wine, meaning that he's using lies. That's the scripture that you use. That's the precept. Y'all understand that? Make sure y'all write these things down. So as we go through the scriptures, when y'all know how to precept, y'all going to understand the Bible. Y'all got me? All right. Read on, bro.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
Come on.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Right. So check that out. So it says, shall not all these, who are the these that's being talked about here? I want to make sure y'all awake in here, man. I know it's early. And in some places it's 6 o'clock in the morning and they watching. It's very early. Shall not all these take up a parable against them, against him? Who is the all these? Who's the all these? If y'all reading along right now, you shouldn't have a problem. Come on, my brother, talk to me.
Shalom, Captain.
Shalom.
All nations.
All nations, right? Because it said that right there. It's right in verse 5, right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these, all the nations, take up a parable against him? So who's this man that heapeth all nations and all people unto him? Who's that? You said it's Esau. Why? Nope. Talking to the brother behind you. Oh, he said it? Oh, okay. I thought it was you, bro. You got that mask on. He's still fighting COVID and damn COVID been done. He's still fighting it.
Shalom, Captain.
Yeah.
America basically tells all nations to leave their laws, so forth, and come under theirs.
But we want something simple. We want something simple. See, when you look at America, what does it say? It says America is the land of the brave. Everybody comes to America to make it. You have all nations here in America, right?
Great melting pot.
Right. The so-called melting pot, right? But it's more like a tossed salad because ain't nobody melting into each other. Everybody's just here existing amongst each other. Y'all understand that? That's how y'all know from the clue who it's talking about. And there's more in this chapter, obviously, that's going to give it to you. But we're going to be right here. All right? But it says, look, woe unto him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that laveth himself with thick clay. All right? And that goes into Daniel about having all of the nations up under that one roof of Esau unto him, right? But that's something else for now. We ain't going to jump on that right now, all right? Give me Obadiah 4:5. Verse 4 and 5.
Obadiah, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Right. So though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, all right? So we know who that is, correct? I'll make sure y'all all right. Go ahead.
If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Go ahead.
How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
You see that? That's why I asked earlier about thou shalt not steal. Because it's telling you right here, if you was taking some grapes, would you not, take until you had enough? But Esau, he takes everything, right? So I want to get into because now we on the topic, but we gotta do some Bible. We gotta do some precept. Make sure y'all all right. So look at this straight. Look at this scripture right here, verse 5. It says, "If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?" Why was that written like that? Because obviously he's talking about a thief right here, right? Why was it written like that, y'all? Anybody have a clue? Why the Lord used that as the analogy? Come on.
Shalom. It describes his character, that like he will never give enough. Like he will always want more and more and more.
Okay. That's true. That's true. But I want to know why the usage of the grapes.
I don't know.
All right. No, that's good. That's good. That's good. You got a clue? Anybody got a clue? Give me a clue.
Gene Judah.
Yes, sir.
My clue is this. Grapes was made to eat in a bunch.
Turn up that mic so everybody online can hear them. I don't think they can hear them. Go ahead.
Grapes was meant to eat in a bunch.
Okay.
And nobody eat one grape. It's about a bunch of grapes.
Okay.
And so that's my reasoning behind it's never enough. You never get enough grapes.
All right. So let's look at something real quick, right? Let's look at the law. Go to Deuteronomy 23. Let me show y'all something. I want y'all all to be there. Are y'all all there? Deuteronomy 23:24. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 24. When thou comest into thy neighbor's vineyard, then thou mayest eat grapes, thy fill, at thine own pleasure. But thou shalt not put any in thy vessel.
Okay, so what is that telling you? Meaning what? Is it so if I come to your yard, so to speak, and I see you have a vineyard with grapes, and I just start picking some grapes and I'm eating them as I go along, is anything wrong with that? Huh? There's nothing wrong with that. So where's the problem in it? Talk to me. Give him the mic.
Stand up.
I want to make sure y'all are right. We got to know these laws. So now when we reading things like Obadiah, we have a better understanding of what are we actually reading. Go, come on.
Shalom, Cap.
Shalom.
There's nothing wrong with taking some and eating till you feel.
Okay.
It's when you take and put it into, like, set a vessel and carry away.
And carry away to do what?
I guess you're being greedy. Just take.
And to do what? Just take them and sit them in your house and eat them?
No, take home to eat another time, I guess, or later on.
Come on, y'all. Y'all got to, come on now. Give me something else. Give me something else. He said, don't put them in a vessel to sell. Exactly. Now you're stealing. You understand that? All right. I want to make sure y'all all right. You got to be like Bishop right now. Making sure y'all all right. That's why the bishop got to keep saying it. Because he looking out there and y'all like, oh, no, my God. Stop. Don't be nervous about it. We learning, y'all. All right? So that's what it's going back. So go back to Obadiah, bro. Read that again.
Obadiah verse 5. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes?
Right. Okay, so now y'all understand, right? That Esau is doing what? He's coming to take, to rob you, and into what? Merchandise you. Y'all understand that? Now you understand better. That's what precept upon precept is going to do. Y'all understand? It's very important that you do that. You have to study. You're going to gain understanding much better. Look how simple that was about grape gatherers. You looking at it like it don't mean nothing. Now it's deep to you. Now it's a deeper meaning. All right? Well, praise to the Most High, man. All right, come on. Give me Micah chapter 2 and verse 2.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house.
Okay, hold on. I wanna hang out there for a second. Read that again.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 2.
Actually, start in verse 1.
Verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Come on.
When the morning is light, they practice it.
Right. It says, woe unto them that devise iniquity. What is that talking about? Woe unto them that creating sin, coming up with all kind of inventions on how to sin. Right? Come on.
Because it is in the power of their hand.
Right. And when they wake up early, meaning that they're practicing this as soon as they wake up. They're getting up and they're thinking about it and they're putting it, they're executing this plan. And what? Because it's in their power to do. Right? So what? They're the leaders of something. They're the heads. Right? Like right now, when y'all was going to work, I'm making a joke about the brother with COVID, but y'all know in New York City what they were doing. If you didn't have the COVID shot, you was out of here. But we all knew that wasn't right. Where's that written? You can't just do that, but they can do whatever the hell they want. You understand? Now they're coming back and saying, oh, no, that was against the Constitution. You got to give some money back. Listen, it's a bunch of BS. But the point is they got power to do it. Y'all understand that? All right, read on, bro.
Verse 2. And they covet fields.
And they covet fields. Come on.
And take them away by violence.
And they take them away by violence, or take them by violence. Come on.
And houses. And take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That thing is heavy. A man and his house, and a man and his heritage. Anybody can help me with that? They oppress a man and his house. Not only that, but a man and his heritage. Talk to me.
So they basically give him a different religion, Christianity. His heritage, which is Israel's heritage, is the laws.
All right, you You jump
Okay,
in.
I'm giving you the second part first.
Nah, I'm good. When I
Okay.
start counting, I start with number 1.
Okay.
I don't start with 5. You know what I mean? You like 5, 7, 3, 2, 10. I'm good, bro. We want to
his
know what
house.
the heritage is talking about. A man in his house, a man in his heritage. Hey, bring up that word heritage. Bring up the meaning of that, actually. Now, we good, bro. We good. All praise the Most High. Thanks. Because we want to get the meaning of words. We want to get the understanding of the scriptures. We want to look into them a little more. All right? Because I read this for a while. And then one day I was just like, heritage. I should look at the word heritage. Read that, bro.
Heritage. Property that is or may be inherited by, an inheritance.
Right. Property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance. Go to the next one. Number 2.
A special or individual possession, an allotted portion.
Right. Click on that translations and more definitions. Roll down. Roll down, roll down. No, I'm good right there. Just go to the top. Go back up to the first one. So look at that. Property that is or may be inherited, an inheritance. Oh, that's what I wanted. Valued objects and qualities such as cultural traditions, right? Unspoiled countryside, historic buildings, so on and so forth, right? But I really wanted to see more or less the cultural traditions. So what you have property that can be inherited or an inheritance. You have cultural traditions, all right? There's a lot that goes into that heritage. So even a man in his heritage, so he's oppressing your cultural tradition. He's oppressing, like you said, your laws, your religion, so to speak, who you are. All of that goes into his oppression over you once he comes in and takes what you have. You understand? It ain't just a theft. It ain't just that simple. Okay, he stole some grapes and now that's it. Or he stole my house, he stole my land. No, it's different. He's renaming you. He's taking your name. It's different. All right? So now I want to get into something, right? I want to go into an individual that was one of those robber barons. His name is, y'all heard of John D. Rockefeller? All right, a lot of you older ones heard of John D. Rockefeller. What about y'all young ones back there? You ever heard of Rockefeller? Not Jay-Z and Damon Dash. That's where they got the name of their record company from, was this guy. Because what? He was big business, right? That's why Jay-Z and Dame Dash, they had the same mentality. We want to be like that man. Because they understood what he did. He monopolized the entire game. He did what he had to do. All type of illegal practices to get there. So Jay-Z and them had that same mindset. Jay-Z did the same thing. When they sold drugs, they did what they had to do to get to that point. They didn't just pick a name, y'all. All right? It ain't just, oh, yeah, we want a Rockefeller. Like, yeah, we want to rock him with our music. No, that ain't really what it was. Where'd they hand him? Go ahead, bro.
Gene Judah.
Gene Judah, yes, sir.
I'm a Vietnam veteran.
Okay.
I was a Marine. I remember when we came back from Vietnam, they had a program called the Rockefeller Program. And it was about methadone. It was about, he created the methadone program.
Wow.
And everybody who was on methadone know about the Rockefeller Program.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's heavy. All right. So I didn't actually know that. But the methadone program, if anybody came up in the hood anywhere, they know about the methadone clinics. Early in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, them lines is long. You might not even know what they're there for. But these are the brothers and sisters who got hooked on heroin. Like you said, after the Vietnam War, a lot of the brothers who came back from Vietnam, they got hooked on heroin out there. You the morphine, right? From being injured and all that type of stuff, they were getting morphine, and then they got hooked. They came here, and in so-called order for them to get off of that, they put them on methadone. But that's just a different drug doing the same thing. Forever, right? So they take the money out of the drug dealer's hands. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So the drug dealer's selling them heroin. They put the drug dealer in jail. They making money off of him in a jail, in a prison system. Then they start selling drugs to the individual. All right? Y'all got to understand that this is Rockefeller. You said it was the Rockefeller program. These people don't give a damn. Hey, pull up John D. Rockefeller. I want them to see this, man. This is crazy. All right. So this guy, John D. Rockefeller, all right, he has the Rockefeller family. They outrageously rich. So you're going to know him really from being a oil tycoon. All right. If y'all ever seen the movie There Will Be Blood, anybody ever seen that? It's kind of loosely based on that whole era with him and other oil barons that were coming up during that time. All right. So this guy got started. I mean, his family line goes back a way. But this guy, they had him so-called started as an accountant. You know, they got the whole clean story about him and all of that. But in Pennsylvania, in a place called Titusville, all right, that's where they first started getting oil, right? And that's what I want to kind of touch on is the oil thing. So now let me ask y'all a question. This oil that we all use today for heating the homes and gas, so on and so forth, who discovered this thing, oil? I want y'all to tell me, because this is a big business. Petroleum, it's a big, big business. Who discovered that? Because now all these guys, they own the oil companies. Starting from him, not just starting with him, but there was a couple guys like right before him. He got to be the biggest because he was ruthless as hell. But who started this thing? Who discovered oil? Let me just put it to you like that. Anybody got any clue? Let me ask y'all this. When was it discovered? Y'all are crazy. How is oil made? From the ground. Thank you. Thank you, Gene Judah, because Gene Judah's the only one live in here. All right? Talk to me. Where does it, tell me about oil. They have to extract it. Okay, that's a thought. Where does oil actually come from? How is it actually created? What were you taught in school? Let me ask you that. Gene Judah, come on, talk to us. Gene Judah cares about his people.
What I was taught in school is that, it's crazy. Wow. They say the dinosaurs, when they died, you know,
right.
That's what I was taught.
Right. The fossil fuel.
Yes.
Right? Fossil fuels. Excellent. I like that. All right. So let's bring this up. Bring up the one that says early native oil discovery. We're gonna take a look at some things. Can you see that, bro? You want me to read?
No, I got it.
All right.
Early Native American oil discoveries. Oil in America is thought to be only a modern business located in Texas, California, and Alaska. This belief also leads many to think that oil has been a 20th century discovery.
Stop. That's the point. Because previous to me actually giving this any thought, I myself, maybe a couple years ago, was like, damn, oil is like, damn, I wonder what happened. How they even come across that? You know what I mean? You go to the gas station, you know, stuff just start going through your mind one day. You be like, yo, how the hell they even get onto this? Esau crazy. What made him go into the ground? What happened? You know what I mean? But this is good right here. Go ahead.
With the first wells in Texas struck in 1901, in California in 1912, and in Alaska in more modern times. Oil in America, however, dates back to even before any European walked the new continent.
Do y'all see that? However, oil in America dates back to even before any European walked the new continent. All right? This is why we was reading that thing before about oppressing a man in his house, a man and his heritage. It's deeper than just, okay, yeah, we took the land. This thing get crazy. Read on.
Long before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock, the Native American Indians had discovered oil in the Northeast, but most importantly in Pennsylvania,
right,
where numerous tribes fought over the great farming there.
Right. So in that part in Pennsylvania, there was a lot of great farming land. So they were saying that the tribes were fighting for that particular parcels of land. Some of it was called Titusville as well. All right. Start right there where you highlighted it.
What's that?
Western. Yep.
Western Pennsylvania abounds in oil seeps.
Hold on. Western Pennsylvania abounds in oil seeps. Come on.
That ooze thick black crude into the water stream.
Right. So this oil was just coming up out of the ground. This is something that they would just go there in Atlanta, like they seen the oil coming up out of the ground. This was regular seeps coming through the ground. Come on.
These seeps were well known to
the Seneca Indians.
The Seneca Indians, one of the 11 Iroquois nation tribes.
Right.
After a long, protracted war was fought between the Iroquois and the, was that Mohican?
Yes.
Mohicans, the Iroquois emerged victorious, claiming most of Pennsylvania, and with it, the numerous oil seeps.
Now read that next one. That's all I want y'all to see.
The Iroquois, one of the most advanced and cultured of all tribes, began to extract oil from the ground.
Right. They began to extract the oil from the ground. And look what they were doing with it.
Using it as a salve.
Right.
Mosquito repellent.
Come on.
Purge and tonic.
So now they had this oil. They were actually inducing this thing. They knew how to use it in order to what? Purge their bodies, right? A lot of us from the South, from the Caribbean. Remember, your parents would always purge you, give you what was that? Oil? Castor oil. That was a big thing. You couldn't grandma be like, oh, you'd be like, oh my God. You had to go, you got to sit on the toilet all day. That was part of being a kid. During the summertime, some point she catching up to you. And you about to get purged and let it all out. So they knew how to deal with that with the oil. Now, when we think about oil today, you would never even consider ingesting this thing, right? But look how the brothers had it going. Well, go ahead, read on.
The Indian medicine men were the first oil drillers in America.
Y'all heard that? The Indian medicine men were the first oil drillers in America. When these people came here, they had to get taught everything. Everything. Because we were giving it to them freely because, like, they thinking, all right, there's some people coming here, whatever. They knew it was the damn devil. They try to help the devil. You can't help that, man. Natural born killer. Come on.
Believing that the oil seeps were gifts from the heavens. As far back as 1410, they had harvested the oil using a skimming technique that was unique, that was quite primitive. Yet foreshadowed a rich future.
Right. So although this, obviously the technique was primitive as opposed to what you're seeing now when this article was written, right? But that was the prototype for what Esau came in and did. They saw what they were doing. They were like, okay, all we got to do is make a machine that does what that's doing, right? But I want y'all to see something. They thought that they were gifts from heaven, right? Read on.
In time, they would pass on stories of the black water that seeped through the ground, and generation after generation would be taught that the oil was a gift from the Great Spirit in the sky.
Right. So they at least knew this is from the Lord. They taught their kids this is of the Lord, right? You don't hear Esau saying stuff like that. Esau saying, this is mine. This is mine. God bless America. Go ahead.
As time would pass and American settlers would begin to move westward, the Iroquois nation would become one of the first tribes to be pushed off their land.
Right. Now, they're calling them the American settlers. They're not no damn settlers. This was the devil coming in. These were the conquerors, the conquistadors that you would call them down in South America, in the islands and so forth. But that's what was going on here. It's not no settlers. Read on.
The settlers were not in search of oil, but for the rich farming land that covered it.
Right.
The Iroquois would fight, but as the 1700s came upon them, they would begin to lose their grip on their land and on their gift from the Great Spirit. And in the time would fade into a memory.
Right. See that? And in time, it would fade into a memory. Meaning what? It was like they were never there. It was like they never had understanding of how to deal with the oil. Y'all understand that? Go ahead.
Their discovery of oil would be passed to the white settlers, who themselves would begin in the process of creating a business from the black gold.
So now it's being called black gold. Y'all seen earlier it was called black water, right? Now they're calling it black gold, right? But I just want to show y'all how this is the beginning. When we read in these scriptures, man, we got to really get into it. We got to put ourselves in the lines. We got to see our people in it. Don't just read it like if we read it in the paper. We got to see our people in it and see what it is that we lost. That's the only way you're going to have the fire to go after your own salvation and see that kingdom, to be honest with you, because that's the only time you're getting vengeance over this. Other than that, you ain't seeing no vengeance over this. And this needs to clearly be avenged. Clearly. All right? All right, we're going to give me the other one that says how ancients used oil. All right? So this is the early Native Americans who used it. Now we go into the ancients. Read that. Can you see that, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right.
How ancient people and the people before the time of oil wells used petroleum.
Come on.
Petroleum literally means rock oil. It is the second most abundant liquid on earth.
Now you see that? What's the first most abundant liquid on earth? Water. Oil is the How are we having gas shortage? It's totally impossible because they're holding it. They're creating, Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's just like diamonds. Diamonds only have a big tag on them because somebody's holding it down. I got 1 million diamonds. I'm a whole 999,000 of them. I can't do all the math, so don't judge me. All right, but I'll keep 1,000 diamonds out and say they're worth $100,000 a piece, and it's rare. It's not rare. I got all of them. I'm holding. Y'all understand the concept? Read on.
The petroleum industry is first encountered in the archaeological record near Hit in what is now Iraq.
Right, so that's Iraq. Come on.
Hit is on the banks of the Euphrates River and is the site of an oil seep known locally as the Fountains of Pitch.
Known locally as the Fountains of Pitch. All right, I want y'all to remember that term. Read.
There, asphalt was quarried for use as mortar between building stones as early as 6,000 years ago. Asphalt was also used as a waterproofing agent for baths, pottery, and boats.
Right. So there you had asphalt. You had this pitch. Read on.
The Babylonians caulked their ships with asphalt.
Watch. You see this? The Babylonians caulked their ships with asphalt. Come on.
In Mesopotamia, around 4000 BC, bitumen, a tarry crude, was used as caulking for ships.
Right.
A setting for jewels and mosaics.
Right.
And an adhesive to secure weapon handles. Egyptians used it for embalming.
Right. Okay, so jump down to the next, the one that starts oil.
Oil that had seeped to the surface would mostly evaporate and leave behind bitumen, the tarry component of the mixture of hydrocarbons from which it is composed.
Read faster.
This has been used for thousands of years as a waterproofing agent for plumbing, boat building, and brick bonding. There is reference to bitumen being used as a coating for Moses' basket and Noah's ark, being pitched inside and out with it.
Right. So now that's real heavy. So that means that this pitch, this oil, was being used when? Way, way back. So the Lord had that popping out of the ground then. We had understanding then, right? But when we read, sometimes we don't pick up on what we actually reading, right? But watch this. Let's get that. Go to Genesis chapter 6. Go to Genesis chapter 6. We're reading, but sometimes we just like, all right, we're reading through. We're like, yeah. Moses and the basket. Yeah, watch this, y'all. Let me see. Give me 13.
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 13. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make thee an ark of gopher wood.
Right. So the Lord said, make thee an ark of gopher wood. Come on.
Room shalt thou make in the ark.
Come on.
And shall pitch in within.
Nope. Read it again.
And shall pitch it within and without with pitch.
Right. And you shall pitch it within and without with pitch, meaning the inside of the ark, you're going to pitch it with that pitch, and the outside to do what? Remember what we read earlier? To waterproof, right? Now it all makes sense. Now we're like, okay, now. But now we know what was being used. But if you look at today's life, you look at Esau, you're like, damn, Esau is the greatest man alive. He's found oil. He's given us cars. Yeah. Listen, y'all. This man is a demon. I'm telling y'all straight. This man is a demon. He's so deceitful. He just wants you to believe everything that he came up with it. When we were in school, did we ever know about the Native Americans, Gad, knowing anything about oil? No. Why wouldn't they just teach that? Y'all understand? We gotta look into what we read in these scriptures. All right. Hey, get me back to the magic of petroleum. Give me that. We'll pull that one up. Soldier, what you got?
I was just going to say, they say civilization started with them.
Right, absolutely. They'll say civilization started with the Greeks. But when they came to the Americas, Gad had reservoirs. They had sewage systems. I don't know if many of y'all might not know that, but that's what was here when they got here. They didn't figure it out, okay, the infrastructure of America. We have to create sewage plants. We have to make sure. They didn't do that. They came and found it and was like, yo, these are the people. And don't think they didn't know who was here. They knew exactly who was here. All right? Go ahead. Scroll up. called The Magic of Petroleum. Hold on. Read from the top, and then we're going to jump.
Before the drilling and production of oil for consumer use, Native Americans were using petroleum found in Oklahoma for medicinal purposes. Petroleum was evident on the outcroppings of many water springs and streams. A report made by a Chickasaw agent in 1853 stated, "The oil springs in this nation are attracting considerable attention, as they are said to be a remedy for all chronic diseases. Rheumatism stands no chance at all."
So they were curing rheumatism with oil. You can't make it up. You mean to tell me they don't know about this today? They know. But what? They keep that back so you can stay sick. They have to keep your money coming. You know what I'm saying? They feed themselves off of our ignorance and stupidity. Read.
And the worst cases of dropsy yield to its effects. The fact is that it cures anything that has been tried.
Right.
A great many Texans visit these springs, and some from Arkansas. There is one or two of great medical properties.
Right. So you had all the Edomites coming up from Texas and wherever, finding out, hey, Gad got that cure. I got rheumatoid. Hey, going over. Boom, they put you in the springs. You come out, you feeling good as new. Hand joints moving well. You got the dropsy. I think that's I forgot what dropsy is now. What? Sleep amnesia? No. I forgot what dropsy is. It has a modern name now. They changed the name up, but it's something that y'all know. If anybody can find it, let me know. Hey, bruh, you cut us off. All right, bring it up.
Dropsy, old-fashioned or less technical term for edema.
Click on edema. I don't know what that is.
Okay. A condition characterized by an excess of watery fluid collecting in the cavities or tissues of the body.
Right. So I guess that would be like you got water on your knee and all that kind of stuff, inflamed tissues and so on and so forth. I believe that's what it is. So this would, I guess, cure the inflammation. All right. Don't quote me. All right, go back. Come on, y'all. We got a little bit to go through. I want to show y'all these things so y'all can understand exactly what these men were doing when they came here. It's not just, okay, we just snatched up the land and now we just create. It's a lot. Come on. What you got? Let me see. Gavin and Boy Spring lighted thing. Oh, this, yes. Read that.
A well-known spring was at New Spring Place, north of Tahlequah in the Cherokee Nation, and another at Boyd Springs, northeast of present-day Ardmore in the Chickasaw Nation. The Indians often gathered at Boyd Springs in great numbers and lighted their camps with the gas by placing a tube or gun barrel in the ground. There was also a natural oil spring at Maytubby Springs near Caddo in Bryan County, where a hotel was opened and became popular as a resort in the area. In 1859...
Hold on. Go up. Did I miss something? Oh, no, that's what I wanted. I'm sorry. I looked down at the moment. In great numbers and lighted their camps, right? So they used that oil to light. They were using that oil for light. They would burn that oil and create light for themselves. So a lot of times when we watching them old Westerns and we see them out there kicking up and they got some wood and fire, it wasn't just that. They had the oil. So Gad was advanced. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. They were an advanced civilization by the time Esau got over here. You understand? Remember, Esau had power over weaponry and things like that. So that was their gift. The Lord gave them that. That started from way back during the time of Genesis, where Bishop brought that out not too long ago. All right? Where you had the sons of Cain, the sons of the wicked one, right? They started creating weapons. All right? And that spirit is Esau today. I don't know if I'm just throwing that out there. I know y'all don't really know it like that, but that's what you're dealing with right now. All right? So yes, they use that oil to light the camps, all right? Or give them light. Scroll down. Go ahead.
In 1859, Lewis Ross, a brother of Chief John Ross of the Cherokees, found a pocket of oil that produced about 10 barrels a day for nearly a year. He was drilling for salt water on the Grand River near Salina in what is now Mays County, Oklahoma, and decided to sink a deeper well for greater production. Ross found oil instead, and the news spread of this potential source of tribal revenue.
Now, Y'all see that, right? The tribe owns that. The brother of the chief hit oil. Now they about to what? Get more oil out, right? And they saying this is going to produce a lot of oil for the tribe. Come on.
Oklahoma's first
Y'all
oil.
stick with me. We get into something. Y'all stick with me. Come on.
Oklahoma's first oil company, the Chickasaw Oil Company, was organized in 1872 and encouraged individual citizens to develop natural resources.
Scroll down. Scroll down, scroll down. Man, I wanted to get to, there's a part in here where you see that the brother is no longer involved. Scroll down, scroll down. Oh no, I think I had it in a different article. I'm sorry, y'all. But that brother got pushed out of the situation. All right? So now how did Gad even get all of these tribes? They got over to Oklahoma due to what? Remember that Indian Removal Act? Back when they pushed them down from the southeast, pushed them all the way over to Oklahoma. Now they're in Oklahoma, they finding oil and they still getting displaced. Y'all understand? It just continued to go on and on. All right? So I just basically wanted to show y'all that. Hey, I want to show y'all one more thing too. Go to Exodus chapter 2. Let me read y'all something. And also, hey, officer, get me J.P. Morgan. Let's talk about Kanye's friends. Exodus chapter 2. All right, read from verse 1.
Exodus chapter 2 and verse 1. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch.
And with pitch. Y'all see that again? Again, read on.
And put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river brink.
Right, so we know this is talking about Moses. This is what was brought up in that article before. So I wanted to let y'all know it's here. But when we read and we're not thinking too much about pitch, mortar, right? All the times we reading about, oh yeah, make sure you have your mortar and your brick. This is what they were using, all right? So we had understanding of these things a long time ago, all right? And the Most High had it to where wherever we were at, these things were there. We knew how to deal with it, all right? I just want to let you know how deep it goes when you see how much your heritage was taken from you. How we have no understanding, like that, like even in the article it said it came as though, I forgot how they put it, it just became a memory. All right. So now I want to talk to you about a guy, J.P. Morgan. So y'all know about Kanye, right? J.P. Morgan Chase, they told him, listen, we're no longer holding your money. Right, Kanye, you gotta get your money up out of this bank. We give you a month. They gave him till sundown. You know what I mean? Like, we give you till sundown to get this money out of this bank. You know, right? So now that's kind of wild. You thinking to yourself, there's been a lot of wicked men on earth. They ain't never really did nothing like that before, right? Somebody brought up a good point. That dude, Epstein, was the child, the pedophile dude, right? That was having sex with all the young girls on his island. This man is wealthy as hell. They never stopped his money. Matter of fact, they found out many politicians was down with him, right? Okay. Well, let's talk about the J.P. Morgan, right? So his family, they were dealing with banking. They were dealing with railroads, all right? That's another thing. They took over how they get land for railroads. Like, you got to think about all this stuff that we're looking at now. We're going to get into a little bit of it, right? He had the banking. He had railroads. And in banking, like I said to you before, it may seem like, okay, you just put your money in the bank and that's it. But there's a lot that goes into banking. When all of y'all put everybody here, I know y'all all rich. So when y'all put y'all $100,000 all into the bank, I'm counting 20 of y'all. How much money I got in here now? I got about, what, a couple $1 million. When that money is sitting in the bank, you think it's just sitting there, waiting for you to come and take it and use it? No. They taking that $2 million. They got it going here. It's going there. They got all type of ways, wicked way, where they got this money turning and turning and turning. So you gaining, by the end of the year, your $100,000 becomes $100,000.50. But for them, that 100 became $1 million. So now, look how much money they're making off. So when it says banking, don't take it like he's some teller. This is a whole different level. I want y'all to pay attention to what we reading, man. All right? About these clowns who cut off Kanye. Go ahead, read that.
From J.P. Morgan Chase, an apology and $5 million in slavery reparations. Mm-hmm. This article, read that part.
What? Yeah, scroll in. Go ahead.
J.P. Morgan Chase and Company's recent apology for ties to slavery and a corresponding $5 million scholarship program.
Okay. Let's stop right there. This is crazy. So they apologized for slavery, right? And then they set up a $5 million scholarship program. Let's give a hand for Chase Bank. $5 million. Yo, people are making that sitting on a bench of a basketball team, man. Yo, read on. Can't make it up. Go ahead.
A $5 million scholarship program it's set up for black students was a step in the right direction for a tainted corporation. But the nation's #2 bank has a long way to go before it has fully paid its debt to African Americans, said one of the slave reparations movement's central figures, Deidre Farmer Pillman. J.P. Morgan Chase filed a disclosure statement with the city of Chicago on January 20th, acknowledging that between 1831 and 1865, two of J.P. Morgan Chase's predecessor banks, Citizens Bank and Canal Bank in Louisiana, accepted approximately 13,000 slaves as collateral for loans and ended up owning approximately 1,250 of them as a result of defaults.
Okay, so do y'all know what y'all just read? So now, supposedly, now this is the cleaned up, this is the cleaned up version of reality, obviously, right? So they gave loans to these companies. And then the company said, well, listen, like any bank, they say, okay, you want to borrow X, Y, and Z. What do you have as collateral? You say, well, I own a house. They'd be like, all right, we'll have your house down. Your house is $200,000. You want a loan for $200 cash. If anything, we're going to snatch your house. They gave them a loan and took our people as collateral. And then said when they couldn't pay it off, out of those 13,000, I think that was the number, right? They took 1,250. You know that's a lie. They're saying that the bank itself did not own slaves, right? That's what they're really trying to say. That no, we didn't. It was just because we wound up taking them as a default for a loan, and therefore that made us a slave owner technically. That's what they're saying, right? But we're gonna pay attention. Read on.
The company apologized on its website and to employees and said it will provide $5 million over 5 years for full tuition for African undergrads from Louisiana to attend college in their home state.
Okay. Oh, wait, stop. Because this is sick. This is sickening. So $25 million for full rides, right? Only from Louisiana. What kind of game are these people playing? But before you get to college, you're going through hell, so you're probably going to jail. So that $25 million, that's going to be lasting for way more than 5 years. What you going to say? No, it's $5 million for 5 years. Am I reading that right? Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. $5 million over 5 years. Oh my God, I gave them credit. $5 million. By the time, listen, whenever they started that, it's still going on. That's going to be going on for 100 years. They're going to make sure everybody in Louisiana go to jail. You ain't going to have no chance of getting that damn scholarship. But I'm just trying to show y'all how they're involved. So now here it is. You a slave owner as J.P. Morgan and his family. Listen, if we go back, we didn't have time. What time is it now? We didn't even have time to bring out all of his family members. They go back through the slave trade. Although they're in the North, it doesn't matter. I'm going to show y'all something. Who here know about baseball? Anybody know about baseball? Sisters raising their hand. I can't believe this. None of the brothers raising their hand. Yo, scroll up. Let me show y'all something. Scroll up. No, up. I found this part. All right. You see where it says two of J.P. Morgan Chase's predecessor banks, right. Citizens Bank and Canal Bank in Louisiana. Citizens Bank is who sponsors the Philadelphia Phillies baseball team. Their stadium is called Citizens Bank Park, right? Well, you're going to find out later that there was a bank in Philadelphia that was dealing in slavery, and they were connected. So when you say, oh, we're only taking care of people in Louisiana because that's where the bank was created, it's deeper than that. They had something to do with the whole country, all right? And even today, they got their name up on something, Citizens Bank, right? But yet they're telling Kanye, you said something about Jewish people, so we gotta get rid of your accounts. I want y'all to see the hypocrisy. Know who we dealing with. It's not, when it's just J.P. Morgan, it ain't just a name, bro. We got to get into it and see who the hell we dealing with. Y'all understand that? All right. We're going to move on. I'm just bringing out these things for you to understand. Have y'all ever heard of a man named, what about the Vanderbilt family? Y'all know about them? Y'all know their famous relative? Who they got? Who's the famous relative of theirs? Yeah, Gloria Vanderbilt. That's true. That's true. She was a fashion designer. The main one is Andrew Carnegie. Cornelius Vanderbilt. He's the main guy, right? But you're right, Gloria Vanderbilt, she was a famous fashion designer. But there's somebody else today who's running around. And y'all see him all the time. Yes, sir. Give him the mic. Give him the mic.
Azel, the guy on CNN?
You're right, the guy on CNN.
I forgot his name.
Yeah, with the white hair.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting his name now. Anderson
Cooper. Yeah.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
He is the granddaughter. I believe. You
could say that.
Yeah, because he's a sodomite. That's why I said that.
The daughter of Babylon.
But he's the grandson, I believe, of Gloria Vanderbilt, right? So he goes up through that line, right? But the point is that even that family, right, Vanderbilts, they were involved in the railroads, owning plantations in the South, Georgetown, South Carolina, okay? This stuff you can't get away from, all right? And this is how they gain their wealth. This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. So when it says oppress a man in his heritage, it goes heavy. These people really they're living today off of our stuff. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Right now, they got statues up and everything built on the backs of our people, okay? All that was slave labor, all right? That was slave labor they're dealing with. They ain't like they hiring people and they going in and just doing business like everybody else. No, all right? Damn. Give me Jeremiah 22:13, all right? We're going to get into some scriptures, y'all. I just want to show y'all these things because y'all need to see it. We need to visualize this stuff, all right?
Jeremiah chapter 22 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Woe unto him that buildeth his house by unrighteousness.
Right. Go ahead.
And his chambers by wrong. That useth his neighbor's service without wages.
Right. That uses his neighbor's service without wages. This is against God. Why do you think the Lord is going to come back to avenge y'all brothers and sisters and all of us? Why? Because y'all were done wickedly. And y'all, you need to see it up front. You can put a face to the name, in other words. All right? So when you see these people going against Kanye West, these are people. It's not just a corporation. This is a family. This is coming from up top. I'm gonna show y'all something funny. When you read about Rockefeller, it says that he's known as the richest man that has ever lived in America, right? If you pull up, Officer Eli back there? Officer, pull up the 10 richest families in the world. Pull that up. In the world, not America, in the world. The 10 richest families. Okay. What we got? We got the Walton family. Y'all know what they own, right? Walmart. It says $242 billion. We're not going to go crazy on the numbers. Not that important. Walton family. The Mars family. They do chocolate bars and all that. The Koch family. All right? Try to blow that up, bro. Can't even see that now. All right? Damn. The IT demon came back. Come on, y'all. Everything was beautiful. The site? Now, you could have left it before where it was at. I was cool with that. You just wanted to read off the name. All right. Can y'all? Okay. All right, good. Stay right there. All right? The Walton family, the Mars family, the Koch family. All right? All in the billions. Hermes. Y'all know about their bags and all that. Sisters over there sweating now. House of Sword. Right? Ambani. Wertheimer, Johnson, Thompson, and the Bowringers, right? Where is the Rockefellers at on here? They off the charts. They're not on this chart because they can't be here. There's no counting for what they holding. So I'm trying to tell you, they bigger than all of them. So when y'all sitting around, when y'all was all throwing money in the air talking about Obama's the president, how the hell he gonna be president and making moves with these people in control? Think about it. If you had $1 billion living in your neighborhood and I moved into your neighborhood and they named me the mayor, you don't think you would have control over me? You would have control over me. The president don't have no. These are the and these families right here is underneath them other big ones. And there's plenty more. It's not just the Rockefellers. I'm just showing you. We just read about the Rockefellers, the J.P. Morgans. Where are their names? They're not there. The Carnegies, where are their names? It's not there. That's a good, see that? The Rothschild. We're going to get into something in a second. We're going to get into that in a second. All right? I'm glad you brought up the Rothschilds. That's a very important name in this thing. You was going to say something? Yes, sir.
There was 13 families that actually ruled the world. The world.
Right.
Listen, the Rothschilds is one of them.
Oh, they definitely one of them. Yeah. They definitely one of them. I'm gonna show y'all something right now. Let me get that. I can't see all the articles. Yes, sir. That one right there. Right now, this is important because the Rothschilds are bankers, right? One important thing with the Kanye situation, I'm just touching on Kanye for a second, and as you can see, this article was written in 2009, right? One important thing about the Kanye situation was the thing about the banking, right? He said about Jewish media. They're going crazy. No, you can't say Jewish, just say people. It's not all Jewish people. It's just the people you were in business with. This is why they on him. They don't want him to give a broad stroke, right? So we've seen some names, Rockefeller. We don't know the Morgan. We don't know those guys to be Jewish, right? So Rothschild, let's read about this. Go ahead.
The Rothschild bankers.
I'm sorry. I don't even know if I want this one. Hey, do you have the one with damn. There's one that talks about I don't know if I sent that to y'all. It talks about the Balfour Declaration. Did I send that? Hey, pull up the thing, pull up the Balfour Declaration. I want to show something in there. I think you could even find it on Wiki. I might not have sent that one to y'all. I had a couple articles on that. I think it was a few that I didn't even send. Like, I just kind of forgot about it. It was so many. Balfour, yeah. Yes. Click on that. We might be able to get something out of there. Yes, perfect. All right. Can you see that, bro? Yes, sir. All right, go ahead.
The Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War, announcing its support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine, then an Ottoman region with a small minority Jewish population.
Mm-hmm.
The declaration was contained in a letter dated November 2nd, 1917, from the United Kingdom's Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour to Lord Rothschild, a leader of the British Jewish community.
Right. So Lord Rothschild was a leader of the British Jewish community. We can stop there for a second. I just want to pop that in y'all head for a minute, because this is going to show y'all something later on when we read it. This is unbelievable. Now, why would he need to write that letter to him? He's the head of the UK. He's writing a letter to a banker. Think about this. All right? We gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to it. All right? So now give me just bring up Andrew Carnegie real quick. Bring up Andrew Carnegie. I'm just showing you these different faces. I want y'all to see these faces and know who the hell they are. And then we're gonna get right back into this Bible. But it's important that we bring up these men. All right? Y'all know about Carnegie, what was it? Carnegie Music? Carnegie Hall, right? Steel. Yes, he was a steel magnate. Yes, that's absolutely true. That's how he got rich. Steel, railroads, that's how he got rich. But y'all know him in New York. A lot of New Yorkers know him because of the name on the music hall where everybody goes to perform and all of that, right? Yeah. So he's another one. All right? He did what? He had the steel. He was a steel magnate or big in steel. He had the railroads. Okay? All of this stuff these guys did. He was and actually, I was reading, he sold that steel company to J.P. Morgan at one point, right? But now I want to get into a little bit about the railroads, and then we're going to jump back into the scriptures, y'all. I just want to give y'all an understanding on what the hell happened here, all right? So now give me the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 30, all right? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 30, because we were talking about them grapes. I want to get back to that. Y'all stay with me. Y'all stay with me.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 30.
Come on.
Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Right. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, but you shall not gather those grapes. Why? We read in Obadiah who gathering them grapes. Y'all remember that, right? Now y'all understand Deuteronomy 28. A little more. That's Obadiah told you who's going to be gathering your grapes. We going precept upon precept. That's why you can't let none of Christian, none of these Edomites running around going crazy. When you have the precepts, you don't have nothing to worry about. You know you can explain yourself. Y'all understand? It's very important for y'all to know these precepts. All right? So now, let me show you what I want to show you. Okay. Oh, hey, Eliel, bring up that one. It's like a little caption. It just shows about the railroad, how they got the land. Got to be one of those. No, not that one. Not that one. Should be, no, up to the right, That one right there. Look at that. Because I started to think, I seen all these guys were in railroads. I said, how did they even attain? These guys were in New York, Pennsylvania. I'm like, how did they get that land all across the nation to be able to do this? Come on.
Typically, the federal government gave the land to the states.
Mm-hmm.
The states were to transfer land to the railroads upon the completion of each 20-mile section of track.
Right. So let's say you want to build a railroad. Then the government says, okay, I'm going to give the land to that state. And after every 20 miles, then the government gives you the land. If y'all can understand. All right? Brothers, put that back up there. We ain't done. No. Is that it? Yes. Thank you.
The railroad company would then receive alternate sections, a square mile each, 6 miles on both sides of the track.
You see that? So now they're just giving them land. Where did they get this land from? So here they go. This is what we're talking about. They gathered the grapes. If they would just eat a little bit of grapes and bounce, it's all right. Even when they came here to live, Gad was like, all right, y'all can chill right there. No. We don't want that. Where y'all at? Because they know they probably got the best land. They're giving us some BS. We want that best land. Now they cutting it up, giving 6 miles on both sides of the track, and they're giving them a square mile. And that's how they wound up just taking over and eating up all of that land to build these railroads. Y'all understand that? And it was all Esau, all owning piece of it all over the country. All right, go to the next one. I think I got another one up there. I just wanted to show y'all that. Just so we can have an idea on how the hell this country got put together. All right, like we read earlier. That's it, right? I think I had another one. Wait, before we get there, there's another one. All right. Yes. No, sorry. Bounce that. Go back to what you had before. My apologies, bro. Eminent domain. Go to eminent domain. All right? The right of a government or its agent to expropriate private property for public use with payment of compensation. There was no payment or compensation. Right? So what's the point? The point I'm getting at is once they set up a law where they can now give you the mileage, give you the tracks and all of that, right? Nobody can do anything. Was there a vote? Was there a vote when you had to get your shot to go keep your job? There's no vote. They just do that, right? Let's get that. I want to show y'all. We're going to go to the scriptures, y'all. I know y'all like, yo, please go to this Bible. That's what I'm here for. We going. We going. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And when we go to these scriptures, y'all write these scriptures down, all right? Pay close attention to what we're about to read. All right, these are heavy scriptures right here. Matter of fact, when Bishop taught last week, he pulled the scripture, but he went straight to the point, right? So I'm going to start up in the beginning so y'all get the whole thought process behind it, all right? He went straight to the point, all right? All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. And I hope y'all watching the Bishop's class at 6 p.m. Y'all come in here and then going to sleep for the rest of the day. Trying to wait till it get dark so y'all can go to the club. Don't think we ain't watching y'all, man. All right, come on. I want to start verse 1.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
You see that? For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Meaning they're not in the right mind. Come on, because they ain't right. Come on.
Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Right. Meaning what? You only live once, right? That mentality. We're going to do this now. I got to get mines now. Read.
For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
Right.
For the breath is in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart.
Come on.
Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
Read on.
And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof.
Right. So that's why you see you got statues all over the place of all these men. We all know their names. They made sure we knew their names. You understand? And for forever, we're going to know Rockefeller and Carnegie and Vanderbilt because their mindset is, yo, we can't let ourselves be forgotten. We cannot, because everybody going to forget. We're going to get ours now. We're going to make sure. This is what you're reading. Come on.
For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Come on.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine. We're going to live good. Come on.
And ointments. And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Right. We ain't going to let nothing, anything good out here we're going to get. We're going to live it. Oh, we see a bunch of women, that's us. We see the oil, that's us. We see the water, that's us. The land, that's us. Everything, that's us. We getting it. Read.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered.
Come on. Give us our flowers, right? That's what people say now. Right? Come on.
Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place.
Right.
For this is our portion.
This is our portion. Come on.
And our lot is this.
Right, but when we read about the inheritance in Micah 2, and we looked up heritage, it says what? Your lot or your portion. So now they take yours, and it becomes their lot and their portion. Y'all see that? Read on.
Let us oppress the poor righteous man.
See that? Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let me tell you something. This Bible got everything in it. Letting you know that the mentality of these people is to keep you down. Is to keep you not knowing that you Israel. Is to keep you in sin. Don't think that it's not. They know exactly what's going on. To oppress the poor righteous man. Read on.
Let us not spare the widow.
Come on.
Nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age.
They don't give a damn. Everybody's going through hell. We're going to put them all through it. Old, young, whatever. Read.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
You heard that? Let our strength be the law of justice. This is what the bishop brought out last week. Let our strength be the law of justice. Somebody tell me what that means. Let me make sure that y'all got, like y'all pulses actually thumping in this place, man. No hands. Thank you. Chris, come on, talk to me.
Their strength is by keeping the law.
No. Yes. What's your name?
Shalom. New third time here. Nicholas from the tribe of Benjamin.
Nicholas, yes, from the tribe of Benjamin. Wagwan. Yo.
Yeah, so what I believe is their strength is the sword. So if you oppose them, they would use their sword to suppress you.
Okay, let me read it slow. Let our strength, remember who we talking about, right? This is the unrighteous, right? Be the law of justice. Let our strength be the law of justice, right? Remember what it said in verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. My brother. Just pass the mic up.
Shalom. It's their power.
I like that. Give me more.
Say their rulership over us.
Okay. You starting to wobble off the horse. Straighten. Get back sturdy. Get back sturdy. Our strength is in the law. All right. No problem. No. Pastor, what's my brother in the back? What's your name again, bro?
Micah?
Micah, thank you. Come on.
Let our strength be the law of justice.
Yes, sir.
The strength is power, but the law of justice is our policies.
No. Shamgar, I'll give you a shot.
If we keep the laws, then the Lord
Okay,
is going to stand
Shamgar,
up
pass
for
the
us.
mic. Have a seat. Have a seat. Yeah. Let me give my brother a chance. Even on point this morning.
What it's saying is let their strength be God's laws.
No. Remember we was talking. Now, put up that, and I'm gonna give y'all a clue right here. Put up that thing with the eminent domain. Put that up. Put that up real quick. Let me give y'all a clue. All right. The right of a government or its agent to expropriate private property for public use with payment of compensation. Let's forget about that last part for a second. The right of a government or its agent to expropriate private property for public use. Who's that? Soldier Isaiah? All right.
So it's saying, let their power and oppression that they have over us be their strength, meaning they can make fixed laws or whatever over us. That's their strength over us. The oppression that they have, right, that they could weave over us. That's the strength. Like you said, you bring them eminent domain, right?
Right.
They have that where they could
listen, yeah, you're giving me a lot. What I want is strength in the law. I could give y'all an answer, but y'all got to think. Our strength is in the law. We want to oppress the old or the poor righteous man. Really what they're saying is oppress the poor, right? When you read in the scriptures, the poor is Israel, right? When it says, now our strength is in the law, we know they're not keeping no laws, right? So what does that mean? It's my brother right here. Give it to me. Yes.
Shalom. Is
Shalom.
it Micah 2:11?
Micah 2:11. No.
Shalom.
Shalom.
They use their laws to suppress our beliefs and traditions that we.
What do you mean their
keep.
laws? What you mean that? What you mean by that?
Like their policies that they put in place, saying that you can do this, but you can't do that, and if you go against it, you're fine against the
okay.
law of the land.
All right. Well, let me say this to you. I'm gonna have to speed it up, right? Okay. Let me say this to you. A lot of their laws are our laws. Those are the judicial laws, right? So if they say you shouldn't steal, that's common. Yes, of course, we're gonna abide by the law. But is that what this is saying?
It's saying that they would manipulate it in their own ways.
Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay, so I'm gonna roll with what the brother's saying for time's sake, right? They're gonna manipulate. So something like this eminent domain. It said they're giving the right to the government to come and take your land. That's now a law. You don't see what it says? Law. Eminent domain is a law. Literally, if they come, y'all all live on the same block, we want to run a highway through this block. You got to go. My grandmother been living here this is her house. My family go back to slavery. Yeah. Take this and be on your way. That's called the strength be the law of justice. Y'all understand that? The Edomite boy gets caught with cocaine. He gets rehab. The Israelite boy get caught with crack. He gets 5 years. The strength is in our law. Y'all understand that? I don't know, y'all looking lost. Do y'all understand that the laws are set up to do what they need to get done? And they can step up a law at any time. This is my point. Okay? There's something called a bill. When they bring the bill to the House, right, to be, I don't want to say ratified, that's not the right word. But when they bring the bill and all of them say, okay, this bill is good, that turns into a law. There's no democracy about it. They don't come to you and say, hey, do you think that we should do this? How do you feel about this? And we all vote. That's not how it goes. All right? And this is ancient. They've been doing that since the beginning. All right? But I'm going to get into that in a second. But read verse 11 again.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
Right. Let us lay in wait for the righteous, because he's not for our turn, meaning we don't go by what they're dealing with. Come on.
And he is clean contrary to our doing.
You see that? He's clean contrary to how the hell we moving. We moving dirty. We foul. Read.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law.
You see this? He upbraideth us by us offending the law. So when they go against the laws of the Most High, we saying, yo, you the devil that the Bible speaks of. What? That's what they saying. Now, oh, no, hell no. We going to put you in the ground. Kanye, we are the Jews. What? Hey, pull his account. Pull his account. Adidas, how y'all doing? Cut him off. Yeah. Def Jam, cut off his record contract. This is what happened. They were literally picking up the phone and he was getting billion-dollar deals dropped in seconds. How could that happen? Anybody in here who does business know they don't. It's not that quick. You got to have some kind of conversation, something. They just drop, bing, hey, come get your money. We don't want your money anymore. Since when a bank don't want millions of dollars? Are y'all seeing what the hell is going on here? Go ahead, read on, bro.
And objective to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
You see that? The transgressings of our education. All right? Go ahead, read 13 and 14, because this is a beautiful chapter. Go ahead.
He professeth to have the knowledge of God.
Yeah. Who's he talking about? The poor, righteous ones that he's trying to hold down and oppress. You see that? Go ahead.
And he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
Come on.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
He was made to reprove our thoughts. You think they don't know that? That's why they doing what they doing. They're programmed. The Lord programmed them to be the sword. We're going to read that. Give me Romans 13. That's what they're here to do. They're doing their job. You have to do your job, keep the commandments, and live. Then you're going to see the day when you're going to get your revenge. But they're doing what they're supposed to do. Although they took it a little further, like the Lord said. Hold on. Let me get, go ahead.
Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
Go ahead. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. So when the brother said earlier about the laws, if the laws go with what God said, what this Bible say, then yeah, of course. We're going to keep it. Come on.
For there is no power but of God.
Y'all heard that? There's no power but of God. So Esau's in power. The Lord put him there. Y'all know that? All right. Go ahead.
The powers that be are ordained of God.
Come on.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God. And they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
Come on.
For rulers are not a terror to good works.
Y'all heard that? For rulers are not a terror to good works. That's why the Lord tell you to keep those commandments. If we keep the commandments, we shouldn't be coming up under the terror of this damn demon out there. Y'all understand? Unless we just got to go through those trials. All right, read on.
But to the evil, wilt thou then not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Come on.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
That's what I want to hear. I want to know what y'all talking about here. The Lord said that demon is the minister of God to you for good. What does that mean? Chris, come on, talk to me.
Try to get with all what Esau does, it pushes us to keep God's law.
That's right. The Most High had to set up Esau to force us to keep the law, because we wouldn't do it right. He said, "Okay, I know what to do. Let me get this demon up. Put a gun on his hip. Now he running around calling you all kind of niggas. Now y'all want to go to court. He called me a nigger. He called me a nigger. No. Now you want to sue. No. The Lord said, hey, do right, and you're going to have to deal with this guy. Keep the commandments, and you don't have to deal with that guy. All right? But now we know how it is. Of course, you're going to go through your trials. We know things are going to have to happen. All right? But for the most part, y'all keep y'all nose clean. Y'all not dealing with the cops. The cops don't have nothing to do with you. They got a lot of other things to worry about. All right? Go ahead. Read on, bro.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid.
Come on.
For he beareth not the sword in vain.
For he beareth not the sword in vain. What that means? My brother. Yes. Yeah. Regis, right? Yes, Regis. Come on.
When he said he
he bears not the sword in vain.
When he's going to use it.
That's right. He's going to use it. And the Lord authorized him to use it. That's what it is. Meaning that's the first thing coming to his mind. That's why you see them people getting shot so quick. You're like, damn, he ain't even talk to them barely. Like he just put, yeah, that's the spirit that's on him to do that. Read on.
For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
You see that? He's a revenger. Yo, man. He's a minister of God. That's the second time it said that in that same verse. Right? A revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Y'all better understand that. With all the evil we seeing, that's not our road. We don't go down there. We're not fighting fire for fire. We're fire with fire. You understand what I'm saying? Esau did this. I'm going to get him. I'm going to wait outside. I'm going to get him. Nah, we ain't going to do that. That's not our game. Even with everything that's going on with Kanye and the Jewish whatever, it ain't our job. I hate Jewish people. That's dumb. The Lord said that, the Lord ain't tell us to be talking like that and moving like that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all might be crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? When we come to the truth, we coming to do what? Get our souls correct, right? And get to the kingdom. Some of y'all probably just hate white people and said, this might be the group for me. But this ain't the group for you. We got a lot of stuff we into. To be honest, that's probably like the last thing that's on our minds. If y'all around us and y'all see how we move and do work, they're the last thing on our mind. We teach it because it's in the Bible and y'all have to understand what this Bible is about. All right? And they're the enemy of God. So yeah. All right? All right. So give me, and I was telling you, give me 1 Maccabees. Let me show y'all something. Give me 1 Maccabees chapter 8. All right? Because I made a statement before. Because when they take these laws and they put them into effect, right? This is not something that they just thought of. All right? They didn't come to America and just say, okay, these are the laws we're going to put together, the presidents and all. This stuff was done way back. They're taking this from their forefathers. All right? When they came over here, they came with a goal. I want y'all to understand that. Don't believe the story that they just came, they're looking for a new place and one thing led to another and now they're the kings of the earth. No. All right? So let's start in verse 9. 1 Maccabees chapter 8, and I think I'm on verse 9. Yeah. You grab verse 9 and read down. We're going to go to 16.
Yes, sir. 1 Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 9. Moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them, and that they, having knowledge thereof, sent against them a certain captain, and fighting with them, slew many of them, and carried away captives their wives and their children, and spoiled them, and took possession of their lands, and pulled down their strongholds, and brought them to be their servants unto this day.
Right, so they've been doing that. These are the Edomites. These are their forefathers. All right? This is their forefathers, the Greeks, the Romans. This is them right here doing the same thing. Running through the lands, taking over. All right, when you read 1 Maccabees chapter 1, it tells you that when they came into power, when Esau came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth. All right? Read on.
It was told him besides how they destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them.
Right. So whenever they went to take over, if anybody resisted them, they took over. Just like when they came into the Americas, what did they do? They took over from Gad in Pennsylvania. Remember, they said they were fighting. All of a sudden, they couldn't resist. They took them over, and it was like a memory that they was there. All right, read on.
But with their friends and such as relied upon them, they kept amity, and that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, insomuch as all that heard of their name were afraid of them.
Right. Come on.
Also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displace.
Right.
Finally, that they were greatly exalted.
Right. So they were putting kings and leaders in place and removing them. Same thing like America does today, right? If they don't like a certain leader of some country, they get him out of there. They go talk to him. Listen, we about to replace you. You acting stupid. We about to put somebody else in there. He starts to rebel. All of a sudden, he dead. That's it. Now we put somebody in there. You should listen to us. All of a sudden, he got a heart attack. You're like, damn, that dude was young. Oh, hell no. He got that liquid, you know what I mean? Put him out. Blow him up in a helicopter. All kind of stuff you hear about. It's them. They're behind it. All right, read on.
Verse 14. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple, to be magnified thereby.
Right. It said, but although all that you hear, none of them had a crown on. There was no king. Nobody was wearing purple, and they had a king with a staff and saying, oh, all right, read on.
Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house.
What they did?
Moreover, how they had made themselves a senate house.
So they made for themselves a senate house. Does that sound familiar? Read on.
Wherein 320 men sat in council daily.
Right, these 320 men, they sat in council daily. Read.
Consulting always for the people.
Right.
To the end they might be well ordered.
Right, to the end they might be well ordered, to see, okay, what we're going to do here, how we dealing with this, how we dealing with that. Same thing that happens today. Read.
And that they committed their government to one man every year.
So they committed their government to one man, the president. Right. So they had for themselves a president. But instead of every 4 years, they did it every year. Right? Come on.
Who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one.
Right.
And that there was neither envy nor emulation among them.
Right. So the way they did their thing, now, here's the important part. Did it talk about anybody voting for the president? Was there any vote for the president here? Is there a vote for the president in America? No, there's not. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's everything. Right now, you're looking at Hollywood. When they have the vote going on, that's not what picks the president. All right? Because the popular vote would mean the person with the most votes, and now you're the president. That's not how it works in America. You have to win the electoral votes by the Electoral College. Who is the Electoral College? Nobody knows. Those names are hidden, just like the Rothschild. You don't see where the hell they at. You don't know where the Rockefeller family's at. You don't know who the Electoral College is. Yo, this is just some Wizard of Oz, some behind the curtain. Yo, y'all living in a movie. You living in a movie. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get back. Right. The Matrix. Right. So they had what? I just want to show y'all this too, because they had about what? They said how many? 320? They said in the Senate House. So like I think for us, I think it's like 450 or it's more than that. No. It's 100 in the Senate. Then they got like 450 representatives or something like that. But the bottom line, you see, they're taking the same way of doing things, and they don't vote. They vote amongst themselves. They don't vote with the people. So that's how come they were able to come take all the land, because they talked amongst themselves. Okay, I want this and that. We oppressing the poor. Don't talk to me about that. But the Native Americans, they're going to need food. Yo, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear nothing about them, man. Okay? Just give them garbage. Make sure they're enough that they can succeed. Now, just go back. Show me the other thing I had about the railroad. You kept putting it up there. It had the African Americans and the railroads. Because y'all know the Chinese helped to build the railroads. Right? Huh? Go ahead. Give him the mic.
So all the people that live in America right now that is voting in a deep sleep.
Yeah. Some of them are not in it. I'm gonna tell you who took them out of the deep sleep. Donald Trump. He was the first president I heard that came out and said, no, the Electoral College is who's picking, so they robbed me. That's why he kept saying that. He knows it's not the people. And anybody, we were actually taught that as kids, but we don't understand. As a child, you don't know what that means. I didn't know that until I became a grown man, like around 20 years old. That's when I understood about the Electoral College. I said, I remember hearing about that in school, but I thought it was actually a college. I thought it was a real college. I didn't know what the hell I was being taught. That's when I knew, oh, damn, they got a special group that picks the president. You know why? Because that group got to answer to who? The Rothschild, Rockefeller, all these people. The people that come and did what? Oppress a man in his house. These are the people they got to step to. Listen to Obama. Obama's getting, I'm bringing him up because a lot of y'all was happy as hell with Obama. Y'all didn't know better. But Obama was just getting orders like everybody else. Just like this clown now, right? But watch this.
The building of America's railroads involved African Americans, many working as slaves.
You see that? Many working as slaves. That means all of them were working as slaves. Come on.
Virtually every railroad built in the pre-emancipation era South was built using slave labor.
You see that? I want you to read that again.
Virtually every railroad built in the pre-emancipation era South was built using slave labor.
That's what this is how they amassed wealth. So don't let them tell you that they had to buy a bank in the South and that's how they were involved in slavery. They've been involved in slavery. We just saw that they were owning the railroads, and this was involving slave labor. So what the hell are you talking about? Oh, yes, we are so sorry for our involvement in slavery through another bank. It was not us. But due to the fact of collateral, don't let these people just put spit in your eye, man. For real. Gene Judah.
During slavery, they had a group that's called the Chain Gang.
Yes.
And these was the slaves that was actually building the
Railroads, that's right. All praise to the Most High.
Yes.
That's right. The Chain Gang. All right. All praises. These are excellent little pieces of history that we got to get to connect, right? To put those faces to what we read, to give out a real strong understanding of oppressing a man in his house, a man in his heritage. All right. That's why when it comes to reparations, how the hell are they gonna give us reparations after all this? You really think they're about to calculate all of this and then give you like what would be an acceptable amount? How much do the railroads are even worth right now? You got to remember, the railroads are bringing commerce. That's how business is happening. Trillions of dollars, not billions, trillions of dollars are on those railways, on the truckways and all of that. This is why y'all never gonna get reparations. I know a lot of brothers sitting back like, I know my family go back to what they call it when you just a black American, your family's just here. What they call it again? No, they call it shoot, damn. I hear the brothers talking about it, like meaning that they will be the only ones set up for reparations. I think that's how it go. I forgot the term. What is it called? ADOS. What does it stand for again? Come on, bro. Give it to me. I don't want basics, bro. I gave the basics. I need something exact. Somebody help me.
I forgot it's an abbreviation.
Damn. All right, somebody find it. Let me know. All right? But that's what they were talking about. Like, okay. Yes, American descendants of slaves. Right? So this group and the supporting group, they're really thinking that they got a shot at this reparations thing. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Trust me, I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. All right? Give me Ezekiel 36 and 5, man. We're going to roll through this real quick, man.
Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession.
Right. You see that? Against all Idumea which have appointed my land into their possession. This is what we read. Y'all know who Idumea is? Huh? All right. What does Idumea stand for? Huh? What is Idumea? I want to know that y'all know Idumea. For everybody who's watching and knows this already, I know y'all frustrated, like, oh man, we gotta make sure. My brother in the back.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Idumea stands for Edom.
That's right. It's Greek for Edom. All right? So y'all should know that. Greek for Edom. All right? Read on.
Which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey.
That's right. Give me, go to 35. You know what? Read from 1. Read from 1.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Right.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Go ahead.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that the iniquity had an end.
Right, in the time that the iniquity had an end. So guess what? Even though the Lord had Esau against us like that, the Lord said there was a time that was supposed to come to an end. All right? But what? Esau took it to another level. All right? Give me that, Zechariah. Is that correct? Did I write that down? Make sure. Yeah. I don't know if I wrote it down. Give me Zechariah. I think it's chapter 1. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Zechariah chapter 1 and verse 15.
Come on.
I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
I'm very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease. Come on.
For I was but a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction.
It said they helped forward the affliction. All right? So they taking it further than where the Lord wanted it. Y'all understand that? All right. Precept must be upon precept. Go back to Ezekiel. Matter of fact, just jump to verse 10.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 10. Because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas the Lord was there.
Right. Because thou hast said, who? Esau. Thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries are mine. What are those two nations? Who's that brother right next to you, Shamgar? He's a scholar. Yes, you. Gally? Hey, Gally. Happy Sabbath to you, bro. Hey, listen. Ezekiel 35 and 10 says, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine. What two nations is he talking about?
The nation of Israel.
Okay. What's the other one? He said the nation of Israel. Bro, I thought you had it. Come on, pass that mic. Pass the mic. Let's go.
Shalom.
Shalom.
Israel and Palestine.
No. Yes, sir.
Shalom. Judah and Israel.
Judah and Israel. That's right. The nation of Judah and the nation of Israel. That's correct. Now, when it says these two countries, what is that talking about? Give it back to the brother.
Israel, the land of Israel.
Very good. Right? So the Americas and the land of Israel. Y'all got that, brothers? The Americas and the land of Israel. All right? So how do we know that the Lord gave the Americas to the Israelites? How do we know that? Hold on, man. He about to hit 3 in a row. No, he got 2. Let me get my brother in the back.
Shalom.
Benjamin. Come on, tribe of Benjamin.
Because he led them to the Euphrates River and lead them
Very
to
good, very good, very good. Where did you read that?
I don't remember the verse.
Who can help him? Come on. Second Esdras. Give it to me. You close.
Second Esdras.
Somebody help him. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to get with it. Y'all got to study. Nobody know it? All right. 13, y'all. 13.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters. And so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Right. Come on.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of 1.5 years. And the same region is called Arsareth.
All right. So where does it say the Americas here? Because the brother said when it says go through the Euphrates. Where does it say the Americas? You got me, Chris?
I think Osiris is America.
How you know? Nah, I'm messing with you, bro. It's all right. So let's get it from here real quick. All right, y'all? Look up Jewish Encyclopedia, all right? So this is in the Jewish Encyclopedia. This is the white man scholars, right? It says the name of the land, Ozareth, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of restoration, according to 4th Esdras, right? Because this originally was the 4th book of Esdras, all right? And 1st Esdras was 3rd Esdras, and Ezra in the Bible was 1. Nehemiah was Ezra book number 2, all right? Just to let y'all know why it says that. Columbus identified America with this land, all right? So Columbus, Christopher Columbus, who so-called discovered the free world, knew that this was the Americas, that Osiris in the Bible, all right? So that's it on that, bro. Thank you. All right? Let me see. Hey, pull up that thing about the Slave Loan Act. I think I'm butchering it. Nope. Oh, yeah, this one too. Y'all, wait, go back there real quick. Let me show you something. The Lehman Brothers. Y'all ever heard of Lehman Brothers? Right? Remember that was a big firm. Remember, if you let Jewish people tell it, they had no slaves. This man was a slave owner. Him and his brothers and his whole family. They're Jewish. They went to do what? Went into banking, went into what? And now they're known as the Lehman Brothers. Everybody knows these people. All right? We ain't going to read that. Just go to the next one. I just want to show y'all that. We ain't going to let them say that they ain't had nothing to do with it. We got books with their names in it and all the slaves that they own. I hope the bishop bring that out real quick again. Yes, right here. Britain's slave owner compensation loan, reparations, and tax havenry. Scroll down. Let me see if this is the one I want. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's hard to believe, but it was only in 2015 that, according to the Treasury, British taxpayers finished paying off the debt with which the British government incurred in order to compensate British slave owners in 1835 because of the abolition of slavery.
Right.
Abolition meant their profiteering from human misery would gradually come to an end. Not a penny was made to those who were enslaved and brutalized.
Right. Not a penny was paid to those that were enslaved and brutalized. Right. So now let me explain to you what y'all just read. Right. Back when they were abolishing slavery, Britain was going all over to help abolish slavery. Right. Because it was going to work out for them that way. Right. America was still making a lot of money off of it. It's a long story. Right. Bottom line is they paid all the slave owners because slavery was going to be abolished and they had to get rid of their slaves. So they paid them per slave. Now, Britain didn't have the money to do that. Do you know where they got the money from? I think I got that article too, but don't pull it up. Just stay here for a second. Who? The banks. I like that. I like that. Let's go with the bank. But who was over the banks? We read that earlier. Rothschilds. So literally, this man lent the money to Britain in order for them to pay those slave owners, and then they wrapped it up in a loan. So they took the loan, gave the money to them. They went on to become all of the richest people you see all over the world today. Britain just paid off that loan in 2015. That's only a few years ago, from the 1800s. Who you thought? Now let me ask you a question. How did they pay that loan back? It tells you in the title. Look what it says in the top corner to the left.
Naomi Fowler, Britain's slave owner compensation loan.
Right there. No. Oh. Tax Justice Network. Because they use the taxes of all the Britons, the Britons, I think they call them, the British, to pay back off that loan. They kept flipping the loan within different products. Like when you put I want my money in the money market account and this account. That was in there somewhere. Your money spinning around and just paying a little bit off at a time. To who? The Rothschild family. Could you imagine what the interest was like from 1865 or whatever that was all the way up to 2015? I just want y'all to understand the level of madness that we're looking at. All right? Hold on a second. Right. Fractional reserve bank and stuff like that, yes. But that particular loan, hold on a second, that particular loan was paid off that way, right? But look at what they did to abolish it. They had to pay those men. But none of our families were paid, right? But they made sure that they were straight. Once they were done, they got taken care of. All right? Hey, Officer Eliel, do I have anything else back there on that? I thought I had one with the Rothschild name actually in there. That's the only one? All right, yeah, scroll down. Yes, two of the biggest names in the city of London and previously, okay. Yes. Scroll down. Take it from where it says Nathan Meyer.
Nathan Meyer Rothschild, the banking family's 19th century patriarch, and James William Freshfield, founder of Freshfields, the top city law firm, benefited financially from slavery. Records from the National Archives show, even though both have often been portrayed as opponents of slavery.
Right, it said they were portrayed as opponents of slavery. Hold on for a second. Go back up, right? They were portrayed as that. Want to pay close attention to this Rothschild. It's clear. He had he benefited financially from slavery. He gave the money to the slave owners. I want y'all to understand that. Read on. Go ahead.
These families, who are presently the ruling global trillionaires.
See that? These families who are presently the ruling global trillionaires families. That's why we didn't see them on that list. They brought up the billions. We didn't say pull up the billionaires. We said bring up the richest families. They even control the internet. Their names won't pop up. They won't. Read.
These families, who are presently the ruling global trillionaires families, were probably the biggest slavers of all times.
Of all times. Don't let Jewish people tell you that they wasn't involved in the slave trade. They benefited, all of them, from it. That's how they wound up getting Israel in the first place. Where did they get the funding for that? Who knows who started? We read it. UK. Who was running the UK? This guy, Rothschild. Y'all got to see how I connect the dots. Hold on. Just keep reading. I'm going to let y'all talk.
The biggest slavers of all times in global history.
Damn.
But their participation in the evil and illegal trade was always suppressed until recently.
And it's still suppressed. Go ahead.
In fact, historical accounts have been misrepresented to showcase the anti-slavery efforts of these ruling elites.
That's right. Go ahead.
Mr. Nathan Mayer Rothschild, Slavery and the Rise of Capitalism in the West.
Right. Hold on. Scroll down. Let me see if I'm seeing what I want to see. Okay, that was Fairfield. Right here, from 1809.
From 1809, Rothschild began to deal in gold bullion exploited from Africa and South America.
What does exploited mean? Robbed. Read.
He also speculated in financial instruments such as foreign bills and government securities related to such ventures as the theft of entire countries.
Yo, come on, man. Related to such ventures as the theft of entire countries. Are you kidding me? Read on.
And their resources later euphemistically described as colonialism.
That's what they're saying. They said euphemistically, because that's just a euphemism. Colonialism. Now we just be quiet because, oh yeah, everybody did it. They came in, they took slaves. No, this man was doing more than just having people on the ground. He set up the financial instruments. It's a psychological warfare is what's going on. He cornered the market. He psychologically destroyed. Hey, listen, you put your money in the bank and, it's good. We're going to give you such and such interest on $1. And after they walk away, he's laughing. He put other countries in that same debt. That's where you get the International Monetary Fund. I believe that's what it is. Right, the IMF. How they bankrupt country. They put the country. Listen, we're going to help you out. We're going to give you $200 billion, build your infrastructure. They can't pay back on those loans. Now they take the country, take the resources. I'm going to take your tea, process it, and sell it back to you. I'm going to take your water and then sell it back to you. This is the man. These are the men behind it. That's why in Isaiah 14 it says, is this the man? Is this the man? Yeah, Esau. Is this the man? Go ahead, read on.
Rothschild made so much money from his rambunctious daredevilry that he was said to be richer than the Bank of England.
You see that? He was richer than the banks. And he had something to do with the banks. But his independent wealth outside of the thing that he was working with, because he's robbing through the bank. That's probably your first money launderer. Right now, you do money laundering, they putting you up for 20 years. These people made a life out of it and then set up rules so that nobody else can do it. Read on. I know we got to move on. We got to end soon, but we had to read this. Go ahead.
It turns out that this might have been the truth as in 1825 through 6.
Right.
He was
1825 through 1826, letting you know that was the man who lent the money to the slave owners. Because it was much years later that they lent that money out. He was the man. Go ahead.
He was reportedly able to supply enough coin to the Bank of England to enable it to avert a liquidity crisis.
Right. They had no cash on hand. He said, I got you. Come see me. Like the dude around the way. Yo, bro, if you had a problem, just come see me. The loan shark. Go ahead.
When he died in 1836, due to an infected abscess, he had secured the position of the Rothschilds as the preeminent investment bankers in Britain and Europe. His son Lionel Nathan Rothschild, 1808 to 1879, continued the family business in England.
Come on.
The financial empire of the Rothschild dynasty still exists in all its fullest power, sway, and influence even today.
Right. So just because you never hear about them anymore, they're still in power. All right. I just want to read this one here. This was crazy.
Ironically, Mr. Nathan Mayer Rothschild.
Look how they started. It's Sneaky Rothschild. Go ahead.
Sneaky Rothschild. Ironically, Mr. Nathan Mayer Rothschild was well known for his philanthropism and his abolitionist sentiments.
They put it in quotations. Go ahead.
According to his company historians, Rothschilds fought publicly for emancipation of slaves. He was also whitewashed as a prominent civil liberties campaigner with many like-minded associates.
Come on.
However, in private, the sneaky Mr. Rothschild was making a killing literally off slavery.
A killing literally off slavery. Come on.
Newly uncovered documents revealed by Financial Times of London for the first time show that Rothschild made personal gains.
What did he make?
Personal gains.
Personal gains. Come on.
By using slaves as collateral in banking dealings with slave owners.
Right.
Hold
on. Meaning what? He was meaning to get them slaves. He knew they was going to default. That's the point of what they're trying to say. He's sneaky. Go ahead.
Incidentally, Rothschild was the one who procured the loan that funded the UK government's bailout of British slave owners.
That's what I want. Go ahead.
When British government sanctioned slavery industry was abolished in the 1830s.
You see that? He's the one who did it. Just read that next paragraph.
The bailout of British slave owners is reportedly the biggest bailout of an industry in history.
In history. So remember back in, I think it was 2008 when they had to bail out the auto industry. I think it was GMC, whatever. And they had to bail them out because they were going to go under. That was nothing compared to what this man did. He owns everything. All right, read on. I'm sorry, bro.
In today's dollars, it dwarfs recent bailout rescue of the banking, financial, and automobile sectors.
Right. So they don't even have a number. They did show kind of it would be worth in the billions today. All right. So I'm gonna let oh man, it's crazy. Look, they call them loan sharks in the next one. That's what I was just saying. They loan sharks. Read that next part. And pulling off this financial coup.
And pulling off this financial coup de grace, which coup de grace amounted to the rescue of the entire economy of the British Empire, which is solidly founded of the enslavement of African people.
Stop. What are we talking about? What reparations y'all trying to get? You think they're going to give you everything they have, and then you and them are going to be going to the golf course together? You and King Charles, well, he's King now, right? You and King Charles going to be sitting there. Hey, King, how are you doing? Oh, I'm quite fine, sir. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Finish that up, bro.
We're solidly founded on the enslavement of African people. Mr. Nathan Mayer Rothschild became the unchallenged master of Europe.
Stop right there. He's the master of Europe, meaning he's the master of the Edomite. He's the head Edomite. We could drop that. Let's drop that. I just wanted y'all to see that. Don't let these people tell you no garbage, because every Edomite is benefiting from the slave trade. They can't come and tell you, oh, my dad, no, my family, we didn't have slaves. No, we did not. No, you're benefiting. You're benefiting. Period. And we going through it. And you're benefiting. So don't tell me nothing. Hey, let's get give me Daniel 11. Give me Genesis 27, man. Give me Genesis 27, then we go to Daniel 11 real quick, all right? We're going to end soon. Only got a couple more scriptures, but this is something that we had to see. I had to bring that out. Don't let these people talk no garbage. I heard a guy talking to Kanye, talking about, yeah, but the Jewish people always stood with the black people and this, that, and the third. Listen, man, yeah, y'all stood next to us. And I'm going to tell you why. Right after we read a couple of these. Go ahead. Yes, sir. What you said? What scripture? No, that was an article. That was an article, yeah. We'll talk about it later. I'll give it to you. Genesis 27 and give me 38.
Genesis 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Right, y'all see that? That dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew from the heaven above. I mean, they're going to have the best places, all right? Those of you from the Caribbean, y'all know what it is. Esau owns all the beach lands. Always. I don't care where you go. They own the beach lands. Even in Australia, they got in the outback where all them wild animals is at, killing and murdering everybody who go back there. Esau left that alone. They got the front pole. They got the shoreline. You can't make it up. Read.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
You see that? And by thy sword shalt thou live. They go and they just conquer lands. This is their gift in life. Y'all understand that? Go ahead.
And shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Right. And that's how come Esau in power today. Because once they got that dominion, they broke that yoke off. So now they running things. They ruling. Since the time of the Greeks, literally. All right? So, yo, give me Daniel chapter 11. Come on, y'all. We're going to finish it up soon. Write these scriptures down. Some of the scriptures, y'all not going to understand them right away, but later on, as y'all start to study, it's going to hit. Let me start. Give me 14, verse 14.
Daniel 11, verse 14. And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Mm-hmm. Also the robbers of thy people.
It says also the robbers of thy people. Come on.
Shall exalt themselves to establish the vision, but they shall fall.
Right. So now those robbers of your people shall do what? Exalt themselves to do what? Establish the vision. So how are they establishing the vision is what I want to ask y'all. How are they establishing the vision? Let me help y'all. We read early. We started off. Oppress a man and his house and a man and his heritage. Y'all said it. He took away your nationality and everything. So how is he now exalting himself to establish the vision? Give it to my brother in the back.
Sure. We had spoke about how he would forever put on his statues and certain things to keep his name alive and diminish our name.
But there's something important. Something important that we read about just now. How would they establish the vision? Because you're not the Jew. They took that from you. How do they help establish? How do they exalt themselves? Remember the scripture, exalt themselves and establish the vision.
By calling themselves Jewish.
Thank you. By calling themselves Jewish. How did they do that?
According to the...
Not only in word did they say it, but what did they do?
Balfour Declaration after the
Very good. That's right. Once they created the nation of so-called, when they went into Palestine and created the nation of Israel, that's when they went to establish the vision. Now who's going to tell them they're not a Jew? This is what Rothschild and them was dealing with. So that letter came out to the Rothschilds in what, 1917? That was after that Rothschild gave the actual money. But that was already, they already know that that line was established. Hey, listen, my grandfather gave you that bread from back then. We run this. we need that country. We need to establish the vision that we the Jews. We need to put that into effect ASAP. All right, I got you. That's what y'all looking at. Y'all understand that? So when it comes to oppress a man in his house, a man in his heritage, it's way heavier than just, oh, I put you in slavery. It's heavy. It goes deep. It's a lot of work that goes into it, and they're constantly working. That's why when Kanye said that, you think they give a damn? I was listening to what Bishop Yawasab said. They don't really care that he said the Jewish media and this and that. Their main point is that he said that we the Jews. Once that came out, I was like, no. Put them back to sleep. Let's further establish the vision. You can't make it up. All right? So let's go back. Give me Micah 2 again. There's something in there. We're going to read down a little bit. We're going to go right back to Micah 2. We about to end this soon, y'all. Start at verse 2 again.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 2. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks. Neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. In that day shall one take up a parable against you, and lament with a doleful lamentation, and say, we be utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people.
We are utterly spoiled. He hath changed the portion of my people. Come on.
How have he removed it from me? Turning away, he hath divided our fields.
Right, turning away, he hath divided our fields, because our fields were divided. They given to what? Other people were taking them, right? But now, give me this. Hold on. All right. I'm sorry. Give me Isaiah 14. Give me Isaiah 14. I was going to get into something else, but give me Isaiah 14. We'll pretty much end it here, or maybe one more. I don't want to take up too much more time. So in Isaiah, I keep going over this. Even a man and his heritage. Even a man and his heritage. So y'all seen from, and we just using this one man right now. We talking about the Rothschild family, but they're still known. The Rockefellers still benefiting. All of those families still benefiting, right? Isaiah 14 and 21.
Isaiah chapter 14, verse 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Y'all understand that scripture? Y'all, to me, once I get into that Micah 2 and 2 real nice, this is hitting even harder. This is why nobody can say, oh, it was my father who was. No, that was my great 5 grandfathers removed. Yes, but you still holding on to our stuff. The Lord said, prepare slaughter for his children. Y'all understand that? All right. Because guess what? In the end, y'all know what's happening, man. And we're going to end it on 2 Ezra chapter 11. I just want to go here, give y'all a little hope before we get out of here. I'm sorry I had to bombard y'all with all those articles and whatnot, but we have to at least try to get a vision on what we're reading, all right, and who we dealing with, all right? Give me 2 Ezra 11, and let's start in 40.
2 Ezra chapter
37.
Chapter 11, verse 37. And I beheld, and lo, as it were a roaring lion chased out of the wood, and I saw that he sent out a man's voice unto the eagle, and said, Hear thou, I will talk with thee. And the highest shall say unto thee, Art not thou it that remaineth of the 4 beasts?
Right. Go ahead.
Of whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them.
Right. The Lord is saying, are you not the one that I created? That hold on, I'm about to jack it up. Hold on, let me read. Art not thou it that remainest of the 4th beast, whom I made to reign in my world? So the Lord said, I have made you to reign in my world. Talking to Esau, right? That the end of their times might come through them. Meaning through Esau's own hands is going to come the end of his own reign. All right, read on.
And the 4th came and overcame all the beasts that were past, and had power over the world with great fearfulness, and over the whole compass of the earth with much wicked oppression.
Y'all see that? With much wicked oppression. That's what we dealing with. Read.
And so So long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
Come on.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
That's right. The earth has thou not judged. Because y'all got control of the earth, but they not being truthful. They being deceitful. They taking everything, stealing, robbing countries. Come on.
For thou hast afflicted the meek.
Mm-hmm.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
Come on.
Thou hast loved liars.
Thou hast loved the liars. Come on.
And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
Come on.
And have cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
Yes, sir. Come on.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest, and thy pride unto the mighty. The highest also have looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled.
Come on.
And therefore appear no more, thou eagle.
Right. Appear no more, America, the Esau, the white man. That's what it's saying. Come on.
Nor thy horrible wings.
Nor your horrible wings. Your left wing, right wing, government. Oh, I'm a right winger. He's a left wing. No, the Lord said both them wings is chopped the hell off. Read.
Nor thy wicked feathers.
None of those wicked feathers. None of your politicians around there. I'm adding that, but you know what it is. Come on.
Nor thy malicious heads.
Nor thy malicious heads. Remember, in Revelation, when you read about the different heads of the dragon, that's what it's talking about. All those different heads of Esau who runs, none of them is going to be up. All of them getting put to death. Read.
Nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body.
Now, all thy vain body. When you read in Obadiah, the Israelites are going to put Esau out after 1,000 years. They're going to get put to death. Burnt up. In verse 18, I believe. Go ahead, read on.
That all the earth may be refreshed and may return.
You see that? That all the earth may be refreshed. When they out of here, the whole earth is going to say, hey, damn, I feel better already. Things are going to go right back to the way they was. Come on.
And may return, being delivered from thy violence.
From thy violence. Remember we read in Genesis 27. That what? His sword. That's his blessing. That he will conquer all the earth with his sword. Not just our people, but everybody. Right? So that's why I said, being delivered from thy violence. Come on.
And that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.
Yeah, and with that, Lord's will, y'all got something out of it? All praise to the Most High. Shalom. Happy Sabbath.